Hi everyone, welcome back to another class for Plant Kingdom with Biology at Rubex. And today we are going to be undertaking a discussion of the next group of plants that it's due is gymnosperms. We have covered algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes in our earlier classes, and now we are up for gymnosperms. So for Plant Kingdom, let's start with our discussion of gymnosperms today. So gymnosperms. Firstly, we're going to break down the meaning of this word. The word gymno here means naked, and the word sperma means seed. So naked seeds, that is what these plants are all about. So these plants are actually about naked seeds that they do not have any covering, right? So they have no coverings. The seeds have no coverings, that is, there are no fruits because seeds are usually enclosed inside fruits, and here there are no fruits. So, this is the thing about gymnosperms. Examples of a few gymnosperms are like Cycas, Pinus, Netum. Since these are all scientific names, we should underline them, right? So these are just a few examples. Now the habitat of these commonly they are found inside very hilly regions सबसे पहले तो and colder habitats. Only about 900 species or genera of gymnosperms are known all around the world. There are not many because they have restricted occurrence. They occur only in colder habitats. This is about gymnosperms, the basic introduction. I have a few points that we could discuss with the help of an image for gymnosperms. Let's just see using this. They have pines and deodars as a part. As we just discussed, gymno means naked, sperma means seed. Okay, so they are naked seeds that do not bear flowers and fruits. So that is what we just discussed, that there are no fruits inside them. Seeds are visibly like naked eyes. They're visible to the naked eyes. Seeds are visible as cones and they develop on the surface of the reproductive structure. So if you see this cone is known to have a seed. This is an example. This is pine and this is cycas. We're going to study about them. Okay, so I think I'll just add this image once more. It didn't get added. It didn't get added at the right place, I think. I don't know why I'm unable to add it. If I'm not able to, it's fine. I think we'll do it without it only. It's not there. Just trying it one, two more times. Yeah, there is some issue now. Okay, anyway, we can discuss the points ourselves. So it is known to have needle-like leaves, these plants, because they are found in such cold habitats. So they are like seen to have needle-like leaves. Okay, and if we talk about the root system, it's they have some kind of unique association, sometimes in the form of mycorrhiza. I am sure you're well aware of what mycorrhiza is. It is an association of roots with a fungus, helps in nutrient absorption, and sometimes they may also have colonies of blue-green algae inside their roots. So plants like cycas have colonies of blue-green algae in the roots, and they help cycas getting a good amount of nitrogen, and cycas is going to provide them with some other things in return. So this is how they have some association of their roots. Okay, so now they may have branched shoots or they may have unbranched shoots. The variety is always seen in gymnosperms in here. Okay, they have some branches of limited growth and they have some branches of unlimited growth. So again, this variation is very prominent in gymnosperms. Just let's try once again if it works. No, so it's fine. Anyway, Right, so if we come to talk about the cones now, let's just talk about the cones using a text box. The male cones first. So we talk about the male cones, also known as the male strobili. Okay, they are known to have सबसे पहले तो male leaves, so they are known as microsporophylls. What are they? They are the male leaves which bear sporangia. What kind of sporangia? Microsporangia. Right, microsporangia is known to carry microspores, as it's pretty evident, and microspores, as we see, will germinate to form the male gametes inside male. Basically, we say male gametophyte which will be producing the male gametes. This is about the male cones inside gymnosperms. Then when we talk about the female cones, known as the female strobili, so they are known to be the megasporophylls. That is, they bear female leaves which carry megasporangia, producing megaspores, and megaspores are basically in the form of ovules, which are the female gametes. And what happens right after that, when the male gametes carried in the form of pollen grains are fertilized together with the ovules, together form the zygote, which occurs in the form of a naked seed, and this germinates to produce the new plant. Right, so this is how it works. Now this transfer of the pollen grains to the ovule occurs by an event known as pollination, which I am sure you are familiar with based on your studies in class 10. You have studied this in angiosperms. As we know that there are different agents of pollination, it can take place with the help of water, air, insects, but in gymnosperms it takes solely by the air, and it's known as anemophily. Anemophily is where pollination takes place with the help of air. So through air, pollen grains are transferred to the surface of the archegonia, where it combines with the ovule to form the zygote, which later on forms the naked seeds in these plants. So this is basically how reproduction in gymnosperms is taking place. So this concludes our basic discussion of gymnosperms, and I hope that you were able to understand everything. So stay tuned for further discussion. We are up for angiosperms in the next class, and finally the life cycles in the next one. So see you guys later. Bye.